Violence against women and girls is the world's most pervasive human rights violation. In Uganda, nearly every woman and girl will experience gender-based violence at some point in her life, according to research by the United Nations. But the country is also home to thousands of activists who are working to make their communities safe for women and girls. This is the story of how the United Nations and a wide range of partners under the leadership of governments are delivering high-impact solutions that save the lives of women and girls. Marceline lives in Kasese district in western Uganda. While still a student, she was raped by a man who had offered to pay for her school books.
Munaivana ingabire bya mukule mungaminya obuyingo bwaikubwa mahwa nerumu banyivenga kusanga ko skulu sibalianza ko musiko mukule.
Since 2019, Spotlight Initiative has supported the long-term recovery of almost 1 million women and girls in Uganda. This includes access to essential services like healthcare, counseling, legal aid, and sustainable livelihoods training. But treating the symptoms of violence is not enough. The initiative's comprehensive program addresses the causes of violence, making it 90% more effective than siloed interventions. This includes protecting women's rights through laws and policies.
Before 2020, Uganda did not have a policy guideline to support schools on how to manage teenage pregnancy in school, on how to ensure that these girls get back to school, even during pregnancy or after delivery. As soon as you are told that you are pregnant, you leave the school. And that has been the practice for some time. But in 2020, when FAWE Uganda received funding from UN Women, including Spotlight, we, together with the Ministry of Education, embarked on developing a policy guideline.
Spotlight Initiative supported local partners to make landmark changes to Uganda's marriage bill, employment laws, and sexual offences bill. This legal work goes hand in hand with improving access to justice and supporting institutions to hold perpetrators of violence accountable.
The Spotlight Initiative was able to usher in a new dispensation for us in terms of managing sexual and gender-based violence cases. As you're quite aware, sexual and gender-based violence cases usually don't have eyewitness accounts. So we rely on scientific evidence in order to have these matters prosecuted in courts of law. So the Spotlight Initiative was able to support us in terms of training and also consumables. The use of consumables is critical in the work that we do.
Laws and policies are a critical first step, but it's equally important to ensure that these rights are widely understood at the community level. In 2021, Uganda amended its succession laws to officially recognize the right of women and girls to inherit property and land. However, these changes were not always respected in practice.
Okuruga mama wange buyafiri, nkasikirwa itakali. Beitu besento nyowe, bagezaho okulitwara na amani. Okurugo batekereza ngo nyoti nyina bugabe. Omukichweka kyange, abakazi ni babarwa hansi. Beitu kakuba oli mulema, nobonabona muno kusingaho. Bwaba tiwine itaka, tiwine enju, tiwine byokulya, tiwine entasha, abaseje nibeja kuzaniraho.
Angela realized that she had a right to her parents' land after completing Spotlight Initiative-supported training with the National Union of Women with Disabilities of Uganda.
Nkatonga kwegesebwa kwa bugabe bw'abakazi, abalema hamwe n'itaka. Nkega nti indi muntu ng'abandi abantu.
Today, Angela has her land and works as an advocate on behalf of other women and girls within her community. Chantal serves as a similar lifeline for marginalized women experiencing violence. She lives in Chaka 2, a refugee settlement in Chegegwa district. Here, she is a vital link in the chain of care for women who face many barriers to accessing services.
Mu settlement nahawe inyigisho zijyanye n'iby'ihohoterwa ryo mu ngo, nohereza imanza z'abagore bakubiswe, bakanzwe ku marwariro atandukanye kugira ngo ahabwe ubufasha n'ababishoboye. Natangiye guhumuriza abagore n'abagabo kurangiza ibibazo byabo binyuriye mu biganiro.
But women alone can't solve the issue. As the main perpetrators of gender-based violence, men and boys must be part of the solution.
Inje ngomulebererya obwitsotse okwa bulambu enenga ndingalabo omuyukwa muyi neri ngarangira bakeli banumulyatangirerebwa neriswiribwa. Inje ngomutsiritswire omabulambu munalaliribwa eriyenda kubwesiibwa obwambangene okubutabanguku.
Since 2019, Spotlight Initiative has supported 1,500 men like Timothy to become male action mentors nationwide, and more than 300,000 people have attended community programming on women's rights.
Neri mutwiga ngokwangatokere minyerera emisangu neritsindike inda haitolere ngokwa polisi kandi neri minyerera ebekaleta emisangu eyo ibwa kandi muthu abwiro endisali mubiri owangakolwa na mndu usi mulume kutsimukeli omwaka.
He also works directly with men to change harmful attitudes and behaviors.
Ahabiritsukirikene kumwatsi obutabanguku bororarora hati twabarebendura abantu ahabo obuya bwetu.
To support the long-term recovery of survivors and address the underlying inequities that cause violence, Spotlight Initiative supports vocational training and education programs for women and girls. After completing Spotlight Initiative supported training, Lilia now runs her own business, a hair salon, where she employs other survivors of gender-based violence.
Nikisemeza hati sente ninzifuna kuraba mu mikono yange. Saa zino ninsobora kwegura ebyokulya ntakusabiriza musaija ekyakubere nikinteka mu buzibu.
Marceline also completed vocational training and supports her child with what she earns from her business.
Ngani mutoka erilabirira mwali wayi erimuha ekisomo mu banyinyeho eribyahundeki omwa butuku bwa hambere.
Spotlight Initiative is taking a comprehensive, high-impact approach to gender-based violence in Uganda and more than 25 countries around the world. We've proven that a world without violence against women and girls is not only possible, but that we already have the solutions we need. With sustained, meaningful investment, we can ensure that every woman and girl, everywhere, can live a life free from violence.